Hey everybody, it's the Modern Native here, back at the Bushcraft Camp. On to, let's call it, the next stage, phase 3, step 3, continuation. This is part 3 of the Bushcraft Camp. Today I'm going to try to close in the sides a little bit, give it a little more extra cover, and of course, keep working on the roof. Hopefully I'm going to have it closer to waterproof today. I'm going to try to put a little more into it today. So, see where it is. So right now, it is at this stage. The foliage has started to die, but I expected that obviously. But I'm going to try to close in right through here so it's more of a tunnel entrance coming in. I'm going to do the same on the opposite side here. And then I'm going to close in the fire side on the front so that way it's a little more closed in. And then do a little more cover. Alright, so this is so far what I got for the next stage. I've added quite a few more branches, and I've got no real rhyme or reason for how I'm doing it. And again, this is a no twine, no lashing, it's just natural material. The only things I've been using as lashings, as you can see, is this vining. It's giant old raspberry vines that have died after they've killed off the trees that they climbed on. And what I did with this one in particular that you can see is after I laid down all of the green foliage, it was all sorts of poofy. So I threw the giant raspberry vine over, tied it off on one end, and then I tightened it down to pull the shelter down onto itself. So that way it tightened it down a little bit more. Then I did the same thing over here. The vine that goes right there comes across onto that side. I lashed it around the tree, then I tightened it down around itself, and it pulled everything a little bit tighter. If I do that a few more times, it'll tighten this down a little bit more, then I can throw my next layer on. Plan on doing quite a few layers so that way when I actually start adding like debris, it'll already catch it. So the natural green debris that's dying on it will catch and then act as the matting for it as I waterproof it more. So this is the fire side, as I call it, because the fire pit is right there and it comes, this is where I'm coming with the firewood. Close it in a little bit more with these two branches here and here, and that's where I lashed the raspberry branch to. It pulled it into itself nice and tight. And then I added some more over here. I'm still building this side up. Just doing it a little bit at a time. This isn't, not rushing it, but I'm trying to make it be a little high to shelter. Trying to go off of like how my ancestors would weave walls together with trees and saplings and bark and, you know, wigwams, longhouses, and then, you know, also incorporating the teepee style, crisscrossing the saplings and the uprights together to make a kind of hybrid shelter here. And again, it's no lashings, no rope, twine, paracord, nothing. And then this is the other side where I had the tree lashed off, and I've got this side, this is where I have the lattice work where I lean that up against the wall to act as my support, and that's where the vine came in and lashed that side down to hold it down tighter. And once I did that, it closed up quite a bit. So if you're ever having issues trying to get your debris shelter to kind of seal up, just figure out a way to throw a little, maybe a heavier branch than what you're using for your debris to cover up. Throw some of that over, crisscrossing onto it to act as a weighted support, or a weight down to condense the material onto itself for a nice tighter fit. And all I've been doing is just weaving in and out, securing things together. As long as everything's providing enough tension to each other and everything's kind of suspended in place, I'm comfortable with it. I've never had an issue with one of these collapsing. Just as long as the original uprights are good and you weave everything together, it should support itself. Alright, so I'm just sitting on my bushcraft bench. I haven't got a fire lit because I don't need it right now. The bugs haven't been bothering me. But got a nice tighter wall going here. Still got some opening over there by the front, but that's more where the smoke is going to be going anyway, so I'm trying to keep that more open. Then I got it tightened up in the sitting area. Still got some more work due to it, but it is starting to be beautiful. That was my little makeshift bench so I could sit next to the fire while I was messing with stuff, hanging out with the wife. And the chair upside down so it stays drying. But all in all, it's coming together. I'm liking it. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do for today. But, it's getting buggy out. I want to go get something to eat. I didn't bring nothing with me but the axe. So, the Bushcraft Camp, Phase 3, Stage 3, Step 3, the next stage, whatever. Anyway, until next time, I want everybody to get out in the woods, go in the wild, be a native, and go beast.